What is going on, guys? It's your boy Spencer here, bringing you an exciting new video today. I'm going to be doing a series of videos for a large array of players. Today's video will be directed towards you people who have not started playing Yu-Gi-Oh yet, but are interested in getting into it. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. I do a bunch of stuff outside of Yu-Gi-Oh too that I'm sure you will enjoy. In any case, let's get right into it. Number 1, don't try to take everything in at once. Look, Yu-Gi-Oh is a constantly evolving game, and you do not want to start by jumping into the deep end. You will probably see a whole bunch of videos of modern day matchups, and trust me, stay away from those for a while. The amount of information being thrown at you will either be overwhelming or too confusing to follow, which leads me to number 2. Start with the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Season 1, while amazing, is not the best way to initially learn the game. That is because the game's rules had not yet been developed. They were literally making things up as they went. You should watch it anyways because it will help you understand where all this craze came from. You will learn the basics of the game, especially in Season 2 when the rules had been established. They will break down Barney style basically, and you'll begin to learn about the basic mechanics of the game. It will also introduce things like fusion summoning, and with summoning in mind, let's go to number 3. Number 3, learn the game mechanics in order. If you are new, you probably have no idea what fusion summoning is, XYZ summoning, pendulum summoning, etc. Don't worry, you will learn. The correct order is fusion, synchro, XZ, pendulum, and link summoning. The best way to learn these mechanics, for me, is to watch the shows that correlate with them. I really enjoy all the different shows in Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of Zexal, which I don't think is very good, but you should still watch it anyways. The reality is that you don't have to watch these shows all the way through to understand the mechanics if you don't like watching them. For the exception of the original series, it usually takes about 3 to 4 episodes to get a good grasp of what's going on, what the new game mechanic is. I understand that not everyone learns the game this way, but it's the way I learned, and it's the main reason why I play the game so much, because I like them. And I think the anime is a great way to find out what archetypes you're interested in, which brings me to the next point. Number 4, Yu-Gi-Oh is not cheap. There are cheap cards, but over time you'll come to realize that a bunch of cards that you want are really expensive. That is not to say you will start off playing any of the decks you see on the screen here, but this is a massive leap from the card game like Pokemon, where the very top decks of the format are much more affordable. A great example of cards that have no relative competitive success but are still expensive is this Malefic Traptrix deck, which I made. This costs the cost of this deck is roughly $108, not including the cards I already own personally, like Boral Sword Dragon, which is roughly $30 right now. Number 5, do not buy packs whatever you do. At least in my opinion, the pull rates are not great. Even if you buy an entire box versus just single packs, you will get so much garbage and almost never what you want. Nothing is guaranteed in these packs, at least in the United States. I've heard differently in Australia. And if you're joining the game to be a collector, then obviously, that's a different case for you guys. Number 6, be aware of the community. Overall, I would say I've had a really positive experience with the people I've met. The game is so large that people have a large scope of experience, and people are in different spots in the game. There are a lot of people who don't like the new game mechanics and play in the old format only. There are the elitists who will make fun of you. I have been called some of the most vile stuff you wouldn't believe. Other people just hate the decks you're playing and will ridicule you while you play. I was watching a Rocket matchup with Heroes today, which you guys don't know what the decks are, but anyways, the Rocket player was literally making fun of the player just for using the deck he was, a deck that is in the game. It's crazy. But I would say that these people don't represent the main core of Yu-Gi-Oh players. Most players are really nice and will help you along the way, which has been the case for me. Last, once you understand the basics, the best way to learn is to play a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh. Getting good at Yu-Gi-Oh is an extremely long process. I'm talking months and months just to understand the rules. Then you have to learn the meta. Then you have to analyze the meta and understand how to counter them, while also understanding how to counter counters against your deck. You have to be willing to put in time for this game. It's not a battle royale game that you can just pick up in one night. If you're interested in casual play, you still have to play a lot and get used to the casual environment, because in reality, it's a world with its own meta, if that makes sense. You will eventually have to go to locals and just get used to what everyone is playing. It will also help you learn the game and the niche rules that apply to so many different cases. Final words here. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think it's worth the investment of getting into. I played chess growing up, and I think they are pretty similar. It's about making moves ahead of your opponent while also progressing your own game state, like understanding what they're doing and understanding what you're doing and kind of balancing that kind of thing out. If you guys ever have questions about the game, please send me a message through my any form of social media, which will be down in the description below, and I will find a way to help you. If you have decided to join the community, welcome, and I am excited for you to come aboard.